Welcome back to the channel. We are here with a classic from a bit unforgotten from Microsoft's gaming history. This is the game that launched Xbox Live. This is, of course, MechAssault. I don't expect many people watching to know that.
It's also the game that you have mentioned in like every single commentary up to this point.
It isn't Sonic, yes. I find some way to bring this up.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember you first bringing it up. It was probably before. We probably talked about it in college sometimes, but the first time I remember you bringing it up was around the time that the new Armored Core game came out or got announced, and you were like, I personally prefer my MechAssaults, or something like that. I don't remember.
I probably said something like that.
Yeah. But this is some rough, a little bit of rough cutscene animation.
Considering the year, I think this looks pretty good for CG. I always love these cutscenes.
2003?
Yeah.
This, yeah, and you call the Sonic Adventure opening bad?
Oh, shut up. To be fair, I don't have very good HD output right now. This is just from AV connections.
Yeah, but those FMVs are always going to be in whatever resolution they're in anyways, so...
Anyways, story time. We play as the Wolves Dragoons. They're a mercenary group. They were heading to this planet. I don't exactly remember why. I think some kind of opposing force was reported.
Going down hard.
Anyways, as we were lowering down, we got hit with some anti-air cannons that were way too powerful to be on this planet. Not expecting it. But now we got to kind of get the ship repaired. We got to get some more mechs. We got to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Hell yeah. I know we're about to see it, but like, what would you describe the gameplay best as? Because I know fucking nothing about this.
Tank simulator.
Okay.
But you have full control over the movement of the tank. So you don't have to go forwards and backwards and move with tank controls.
Okay. That kind of makes sense.
Because this is based this is effectively like kind of a more console streamlined version of the Mech Warrior games, which are based on the this entire game is based on the BattleTech game or tabletop RPG or tabletop game franchise. It's kind of like Warhammer 40K.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now we only have access to a single light mech. That's all we have left, because our mechanic here took parts from the heavy mechs to fix a single light mech because he's a dumbass. I love the dialogue in this game. I don't know how much you're going to be able to pay attention, but I think the voice acting in this game is pretty stellar, even today. It is a lot of fun. The characters are great, though. These two characters plus a couple NPCs and then a single villain character are all we're going to hear from, and I think they do a great job. Our character, of course, never talks. Anyways, this is a bit of the controls. As you can see, we have the full 360-degree movement. The legs will rotate. And these are some human characters you can just step on.
Huh.
And they explode into a fine red mist, and I love it.
Speak of, like, fucking... We were talking about Halo earlier off camera, but, man, this does look like one of the classic Halo maps, kind of.
Yeah, but with fully destroyable buildings.
Hell yeah.
And as you can see, little to no slowdown, which I think is pretty impressive.
This shit reminds me of the like old 3D brawler Godzilla games. Like Godzilla destroy all monsters and save the Earth. This is kind of cool.
So each mech comes with 3 weapons outside of a couple, I think, that are only usable in multiplayer that only have like 2 weapons. You get 1 energy weapon, a ballistic weapon, and a missile weapon.
Uh-huh.
And there is a variety of what weapons you can use. Different mechs will come with Perhaps, like, say, if you got the standard lasers like this mech has, sometimes they'll shoot only one, or sometimes they'll shoot four. Sometimes they'll shoot double of that concussive shot. So you have different levels of ammo.
Okay.
And different weapons have different purposes and such. Later in the game, we'll be able to choose whatever mechs we want to use throughout levels outside of a couple levels where certain mechs are required.
Uh-huh.
So you have a pretty amount of customization, and you can make your own difficulties. Like, if you want to play endgame with light mechs, you're going to have a bad time, but go for it. And I like that the game lets you do that. We'll see some of the difference between them later outside of just more health and more damage. But for now, we're just going to focus on some light mech goodness, because all we got is this Cougar. You can pick up, as you destroy things, you can pick up salvage, which will give you more health, and it can also upgrade your ammo. Upgraded ammo has a limited amount versus your standard ammo, which you can fire forever until you overheat. So the level 2 for the energy weapon will be like this red laser, but now we got the purple laser on level 3.
Okay.
And you can it'll do either more damage or you'll fire like more missiles at once, that kind of thing.
These little guys.
So,
Yeah,
learning more about this quote-unquote planetary militia. They're not supposed to have this kind of stuff. They're only supposed to have, your standard tanks. So, something's awry here, and we gotta figure out what's going on. But first, this is kind of our first little mini boss battle. We got some power armor. They're gonna have a lot more health and can do a lot more damage to you. You'll usually fight them in small groups like this. But as you can see, I'm kind of whooping them and already taking them out. So they go down relatively easy. Those green buildings will usually have health in it. So if you're ever running low on health, look for one of those. And you can get a bit of health back. I know I'm going over a lot at once. I just know you have like no familiarity, and there's just a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's I think this game has a bit of a I don't know how to describe it. Everything looks very flat.
Yeah, as far as general terrain you play on goes, it's going to be relatively flat. Outside of like a few land obstacles. But they do play around with it. Like, we're going to see, I think, a later level in this part, we'll have water introduced that I have to fly over and such, and there will be hills.
Okay.
Or are you talking about in, like, texture quality?
Well, no, not. I kind of expected the game to look like this. It is very much like they had a lot of, like, they did the terrain around everything, and then they kind of like flattened out a path for the main gameplay to happen on, which, a lot of games do. It's just kind of extra noticeable here because I guess your player character is so large compared to the environment, so it kind of it's more
fair.
easily noticeable that everything is just kind of very very flattened, which not necessarily a criticism.
For the era, I forgive it.
Yeah,
this is a dated game. I don't think every modern gamer will enjoy this.
Yeah,
but I do think if you're willing to put up a little bit of old jank, I think this game holds up pretty well.
Yeah,
I put it in like a class below like the original Halo. Where it's definitely dated, but there is fun to be had. It's not like trying to play an NES game though.
Yeah, I mean it.
Or even some old school 3D games like Mario 64, where you have to deal with a lot more jank and weirdness.
Yeah, I would say this looks pretty fun. I imagine playing online would be much more hectic and wild. I mean, I know
that's full deathmatch modes.
Yeah.
So you fight against other mechs and players.
Yeah. I'm assuming that there will be a greater ramp up in the levels themselves as well, because
we'll have different environments.
Yeah.
Another cool thing, this game has a rain effect.
Wow. It's so cinematic.
I think the rain looks pretty good for this game, considering it's an Xbox. So already we're getting like some different, looking areas for it still being in the grasslands.
Now, can you actually destroy the terrain, or is it just the buildings and stuff like?
You can destroy some trees.
Okay.
You can't like destroy rocks though.
Yeah, I figured that's fine for a game.
And then if you saw the buildings coming down, I think it's very animated, so there's not like actual debris coming from it.
Pretty sure you're just committing war crimes.
These are the enemy. It's okay.
Well, it's like,
And there are different rules here.
Earlier, you were like, "Oh yeah, these guys aren't supposed to have as high a level of technology as they have," and I was like, "Okay, so this is like in America going into other territories and like taking their nukes away, kind of thing."
No, because we're mercenaries. We're not a country. I think.
Who are we working for?
Just a preface for anyone watching this: if I mess up any BattleTech lore, it's because I know nothing about BattleTech. So I'm not really going to dive into it because you don't need to know. I didn't know this game was part of BattleTech until after I bought the second game. Like,
yeah,
it's so far removed. And yes, the music is awesome. I love it. So this is our second mech, the Cougar. Another light mech. Or not the Cougar, this is the Puma.
There's so many Pumas from this era of gaming.
Hey, in Halo, it's called a Warthog.
Oh.
Red vs. Blue did that. Anyways, this is the plasma beam. Or plasma ball, whatever it's called. This thing will fuck up other mechs and such. And it has tracking. It's very nice.
These guys
This mech also has a machine gun and some weaker missiles than the Cougar, but they're not bad. So they just have a different utility.
Are there any?
And he also has an invisibility power-up.
Are there any faster mechs?
This is about the fastest mechs are going to move.
Oh gosh. Okay.
It's not going to be that much of a problem. The levels are usually well accommodated. It's just if you ever get stuck and have to backtrack, yeah, it can be a bit of a pain there.
I guess because my only experience with a game even remotely similar to this is the Armored Core games.
Those are mecha games.
Yeah,
this is a mech game. This is a Western. Those are Japanese, so those who usually have flying, high maneuverability. These are walking tanks.
Yeah.
In the most literal sense. Like, you can even watch the legs. They fully rotate with the body. You can rotate in cool ways.
It's like Sonic Adventure 2.
No. But I like your enthusiasm. I guess this is a hill. Does this count as flat? I don't know.
I mean, it's a little better. It's a little better than just the flatter and stuff.
Anyways, level 2, and we got ourselves our first mech to fight. So this music will kick in whenever power armor or a mech shows up or something cool is happening. So this is just another light mech. It'll go down pretty easily. Get used to fighting mechs. You're going to have to fight a lot of them.
Yeah, now this is
But they will take a hell of a lot more health.
This is looking a little more frantic. That's the kind of thing that I expect.
You will
from
normally
games
when
like
mechs
this.
come out, you will get assaulted by other enemy vehicles, turrets, and such. So you gotta pick and choose your fights. I don't know why I'm gonna go invisible a lot. It doesn't really do anything. You have to actually stealth with it. I just kind of do it.
You're gonna freaking die. Oh,
well, that's why I'm getting health. By the way, destroying and crumbling buildings will damage you, and you can play that into the environment when destroying other mechs. It's really cool. I'll show that off a bit later.
Yeah, this is definitely more of what I was expecting out of this game.
Yeah, you get this by level 2.
Okay.
The game sets you up pretty well.
Yeah, that first level was definitely...
Anyways, this is what happens whenever a mech dies.
Boom. Hell yeah.
They just fucking nuke, and I love it. So get used to seeing that. It's so cool. It never gets old.
Alright, now fucking kill these things. You're just tanking so much damage.
Well, what am I?
You're a mech.
A tank.
You're a mech.
Point is, I can take the damage. Well, not really. I'm a light mech, but, you know. Don't have heavy mechs yet. You kind of gotta work with what you can. If you replay levels, you don't get unlocked mechs from later levels, so it does limit you on your catalog.
The freaking stepping on the people is so cruel.
You do want to do it because some of them will have missile launchers, and that can damage you after a while. Now you just gotta destroy that. Can't let them have their comms. Oh, by the way, the jump jets. So you move with the left analog stick, of course. The jump jets are activated by pressing in the left analog stick. It's awkward. Like, it sounds awkward, and it is. But it does work really well with how stiff the movement is. So it's not really that limiting.
I didn't realize that the Xbox had clickable sticks.
It just doesn't have bumpers. It has the original Xbox has the white and black buttons, which are I
Yeah.
think one of them's unused. The other activates your special ability if your mech has one. Not all mechs
Okay.
have it. That could be like the invisibility. You could put down a marker that will attract missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have found out there's a resistance against the enemy regime that's here. We kind of heard a little bit of its name, but I'm going to wait till the full reveal to get into who our enemy is. But now we have ourselves a resistance to find, some allies. We're going to go with the Cougar again because the Puma's better than the Cougar in every way. So we're going with the Puma. Oh, I guess it says it right there. Word of Blake. I believe in BattleTech, they're this religious fanatic group. So everyone hates them, and they're big dicks. So they're the ones who shot us down.
I like how the dialogue was trying to make it seem mysterious at first, but then the loading screen just outright tells you.
Apparently.
Hey.
Helicopters. We got helicopters now.
Yeah.
Alright, you talked about war crimes. These guys, yeah, you can't step... So if you step on trucks that are stationary and standard vehicles, they'll just toss through the air. But any enemy vehicle that can shoot at you, you can't kick around. Anyways, you talked about war crimes. These guys are straight up killing a civilian convoy, so they're real monsters. Gotta try and save them. Nothing happens if you destroy civilian stuff outside of a few specific missions. But, you know, you're gonna feel like a dick, so don't do it.
I'm here to save you. Oh, God. Just completely.
Alright, got another.
Ooh. I mean, that one looks kind of...
There's a lot of really cool designs.
That one looks kind of speedy.
Whenever you see the blue target light up, that's a friendly. So all these buildings are friendlies. You don't want to destroy them. Again, I don't think it does anything. Fucking tree.
Now you're just hitting the hill.
Yeah. Just get up close and personal. I'm gonna fuck him up with my machine guns. Machine guns do very little damage, but when upgraded, they can really fuck up things. And especially on heavy mechs, they're really good. But, you know, you have to use the proper utility.
He's trying to run.
Okay, so I blast the guy with so many orbs, I think he has unlimited health for a bit while he runs away.
Well, the other one took you a while to kill.
Not this long. Like, look how many... Okay, you're seeing how many of these I'm blasting in. These do a lot of damage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's just a scripted sequence.
Oh, oh shit. You did
it's okay,
it.
This is a military base. Otherwise, I'd have the blue reticle. So it's okay to kill these guys.
Oh, okay. Murder! Hooray!
We got a power plant. And more power armor.
Why is that one... Yeah, that one... I think maybe if they're flying, they're just more resistant.
No, these missiles are weaker than the Cougars.
Oh.
So they're just going to take more missiles.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yes, you do get the power pilot or power. You get the pilot power armor later. I won't spoil the mission though, in case you were wondering. You do get to use those. Well, you're forced.
We have to fight a mecha, or a mech. I mean.
Well, you'll see. You'll see.
I was thinking about that earlier.
Blowing up those is fun.
They
do a lot of damage if you get a mech next to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you look at the minimap, there is a reticle pointing you where to go. So if you ever get lost, just follow that.
Hey, there's a guy. Fuck him up.
Where is he?
I see him on the map.
Nope. Okay. I don't care.
I see him on the minimap.
But that boat, though, it's gonna die.
What kind of city has no people in it? Good question, Lieutenant.
What kind of city has no people in it?
It's a trap!
Man.
So, if you ever look up the soundtrack for this game, which I highly recommend doing, the comments are nothing but quotes from the game. So you just go through the comments, be like, Mech Warrior, show them what happens when you send infantry and step on them.
I love that line that she said earlier. I liked the "Let's show these guys that wars are fought between warriors, not civilians."
Again, I
So
love the dialogue
extra.
so
It's
much.
so fucking extra.
Thankfully, these two voice actors do return for the sequel, so you get them back.
Fuck that guy.
Also, it's really funny. If you stop combat with a mech, the music will stop. But even if you're like 2 seconds away from another, and then it'll just stop from the beginning. It's a little odd.
Where'd this motherfucker come from?
They're all over. If there's ever one power armor, there's more. Just gotta destroy them. They're ants. They don't matter.
I like how sometimes when you jet up, you're continuing your walking animation.
Yeah, it's a fun detail.
I don't know if it's a purposeful detail.
I don't know, but I like it.
Holy fucking shit.
Alright, well, I hope you like the Resistance, because they're dead now.
Jesus Christ. We didn't even get to meet him.
Yep. We are in the middle of an ongoing war. The word of Blake is just a win.
That was annoying. You were clearly like looking more at the mech, and then your lock-on reticle went after the little car behind him.
Oh no, we got 2 mechs. What will we do?
You'll
Fuck them
kill
up.
them. Because they're not using very powerful attacks against
you. I will highly recommend making use of buildings if you have them, flying up on them and using them as platforms. It can help you block a lot of attacks from them, and you can just rain missiles upon them. And of course, use it to block yourself for cover. I do like how much terrain matters in this game, and making use of it against AIs and such.
Yeah.
Just a shame no one will play this game ever again.
Well, I mean, a lot of people probably played this one at least. You know.
Yeah, if for whatever reason Night Dive ever does like a user-generated vote of what games should be remastered by them next, everybody vote for this game, and I will love you forever.
Hopefully, just think, maybe if we get clout by the time that happens, we could, like, influence the scales.
That would be amazing. I want this back on modern systems in full HD. Just playable. Just give me it. Because due to licensing, only the second game was ever made available to play on 360, and nothing since.
Did you kill that other mech with the explosion of the first mech?
What?
Did you kill that other mech with the explosion of the first mech? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's the good shit. That is the good shit.
It's so satisfying.
You fucked up that top of that building, though, for no reason.
Everyone's dead.
The fucking mission successful thing is so... Why is it so sudden?
Sometimes it'll happen immediately when dialogue ends. Sometimes it'll wait a bit. It's not consistent at all.
So are we actually going from mission to mission like this, or are you going, like, cutting out, like, a menu?
Yeah, I am cutting... So every time it goes back to the menu, it goes to whatever the latest mission is, and I have to scroll back up. And I don't always remember which one I last played, so there's a little bit of me, like, going back and forth. I just cut it out. I skip straight to the briefing. In a couple parts, when I'm caught up on levels, I will stop cutting out things. And I'll just show the full menus.
Okay.
But as soon as you click on a level, it'll do the mission briefing.
New mech.
Uziel. This is our first medium mech.
Yummy.
So now we got a bit more power now. We got some more health. Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah. I don't know if I'll always remember, but I try to show off the mech stats before I choose them. Just for the first time. It's sudden, but if anyone watching wants to pause and just look at them, in case you appreciate that kind of detail. It is there. Anyways, we got ourselves another rating level. This is one of my favorite levels. I like it a lot. It's pretty cool. This is one of the really cool early in-game missions. Or early game missions.
So... Never mind. I don't know what
You
I was
can't start.
thinking of
You
action.
can't start that and
I
leave me
was-
hanging.
I was thinking of something, but then I realized that it would be dumb to ask.
Fair enough.
So, how does it feel that probably more people will watch this video than play this game in the year 2024?
Do you think anyone's gonna watch this?
We'll get at least like 10 views on this, so yeah, more people will watch this than play this game in the year 2024.
Please, I implore you, anybody who has played this and is watching this, do everything you can to spread this game. I want it back so badly. It's so good. I know the fan base loves it. I know you guys love this game. I've seen the comments on the music for YouTube. Yeah, I love it. We can make it come back. Anyways, everything here is fucking me up so bad right now. I'm already out now.
Yeah, you're just like standing out in the open. Go get your building cover, like you were talking about earlier.
What I should be doing... Oh yeah, this one has double electric beams. Double the damage. Let's go. What I should be doing is destroying that building because it's spawning more vehicles. But I'm stupid.
Oh.
I didn't pay attention to the briefing.
God damn it, it was literally like a minute ago.
No, stop destroying that. Destroy the building. He's going to keep spawning.
No, it must die.
I literally played this earlier this week. I am yelling at myself from a week ago. In case you were wondering why we didn't get back to Nier. I really, really wanted to play this game.
Yeah.
So we're going to hold off on that for a bit.
This, weirdly, is also giving me a bit of Helldivers 2 vibes, just with how the missions are structured.
I have not played Helldivers 2. I cannot comment.
Yeah, it's like... It's a very loose comparison. But it's... Yeah, you just go to, like, different planets, and then you do specific, like, missions on them, and
Gotcha.
you pick your weapons and stuff at the start. It's obviously not the same, but I don't know. Like, the very basic mission structure kind of reminds me of it. So what are the levels really like? Because I'm noticing it's like key areas kind of connected with hallways, and the key areas are usually just like
Some maps like this one are a bit more open, but there is always a waypoint pointing you forward. But there is a fair amount to explore. There's just not really anything to do outside of actual objectives.
Okay.
So it's pretty darn linear, which is perfect for what this game needs to be. There are a couple levels that are a bit more non-linear, like you could choose which objectives you want to tackle first, but that's few and far between. So
yeah. Fuck these
I have no
helicopters.
idea if there's a time limit if these planes can take off before you destroy them.
They don't seem to be in any rush.
This is a really weird place to have this tutorial, but whatever. Haha! Bye-bye, first responders.
Oh, Jesus.
It's okay, they're evil first responders.
Are they?
They're with the word of Blake. Basically, just destroy this and a bridge will drop down. Look at that! It's like Sonic. It's Grand Metropolis.
No, it's Chaos Island.
I don't remember that level.
It's the island from Frontiers where you have to drop down a big bridge.
I thought it was someone from Shadow the Hedgehog, and I feel so stupid right now. My mind's on brain rot from this and Blaster Master Zero, so...
Yeah. My mind's on Half-Life, but unfortunately I'm struggling to draw a comparison to that right now. So...
Uh-oh. You know what's near now.
Oh boy. I like how they don't always give like an intro. It seems like they only do it when there's a new mech type. Or I guess
No,
if it's
because
a
this one's
special-
ours. This is the one we're controlling right now.
okay. Well then, I guess it's just
there's
for
just one, you
specific
know-
mission scenes.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
you know, if it's your first mech you're facing or if it's a real big boy, you'll get more introduction. But ones like this, nah, we're just going to drop it on you. You're not even going to see it. You're just going to hear the music and you know someone's about to fight.
It's kind of disappointing that the enemy mechs in this story mode are so much weaker than you.
I don't think they are. I think they're the same. You just dish out so much more damage because you're competent at the game. But I think it's the same health as you because it's the same as in multiplayer.
Huh. I don't know. Yeah, it just seemed like
Like,
he
if you
really
get
wasn't
focus
hurting
shot
you
by
that
those
much.
beams as much as I was putting on that mech, you will get destroyed very fast.
No, okay.
But I've actually played the multiplayer outside of a little bit of split screen with my brother, so I can't fully tell you.
Gotcha.
Uh,
Shoot the boat. You fuck.
However, there was an honor system amongst players in this game where if the player was like at the top and about to win, they would like do some kind of last stand where that player would switch to one of the biggest mechs in the game, and every other player in the match would switch to power armor, and you'd have an ending death match with that. And that sounds awesome, and it was so popular the developers loved it. They made it an actual mode in MechAssault 2.
That's super cool.
Too bad no one played it.
Damn.
But,
Yeah,
that's the kind of developer feedback you'll love to see. It's stuff like
Yeah.
Bungie would do in Halo 3 in response to a lot of the Xbox Live modes in Halo 2 made by
I
players.
find it so befuddling that a game that was apparently as successful as this one was gets a sequel and nobody buys it. Like, that's so
It just
weird.
it absolutely bombed. Ooh.
Huh.
Alright, this is our main baddie. Adept Strader. I love this guy. I love his dialogue. He's so much fun.
Kill him!
He's not in these mechs.
Oh.
No, this is like our final boss type guy.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be hearing him all game. He's just going to randomly taunt us with shit, and it gets better and better. Especially our characters' responses. So something else that's cool about other enemy mechs is they kind of get to introduce you to abilities you'll get later in the game. And you'll fight some mechs that are like, more powerful than you, but you get to use in a later mission, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of teasing like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I kind of noticed
then
that.
there are also
already.
variants between mechs. So, like, you notice with the similar names of Cougar and Puma. The Puma is a variation of the Cougar that has different types of weapons and slightly different stats, but is relatively the same mech. So we'll also be getting that a lot. So, like, if you like a general mech but don't like all of its weapons, you can try a variant and it might have something more fitting for you.
Yeah.
So that's always pretty cool. When you start seeing a mech glow like this, it's very close to death.
You're just...
I'm bullying him. I am bullying him.
Down.
Because he does not matter.
I feel like they'd need to throw like at least 3 of those guys at you in this mode, in story mode, to make it like a real challenge. Because the AI, I don't know, it seems kind of dumb.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you off. I just love her reply to that.
I didn't hear it. I was.
Oh, he was making some rave about those were some of my finest men. When the others learn about this, they will find you and deal with you themselves, or something like that. And she's just like, Mech Warrior, just return to base. Let this madman rave to someone who cares.
Damn. We don't give any fucks about these people.
No, they don't, and I love it. Again, the dialogue in this, I'm going to be raving all of these parts, so just be ready. It'll be like Nier again.
I am very ready.
I love this so much. We'll see you next week.